things that often gets in the way, especially with people who have been out of a relationship for a long time, because there's always a reason that gets in the way of us being able to find a relationship or transform a relationship in a way that it is satisfying, growing, passionate, or even safe for us, is who we were and who we're not anymore, but who we're patterned to be. We are held together by our patterns, and it's very hard to change a pattern. The problem is, a lot of the time, we're not aware of what those patterns are. And I want to just take you through a very gentle awareness of what your patterns may be. Once again, you're not going to, one of the things that we don't do when we're trying to create something or change something with intuition, we don't bite off more than we can chew. When you focus on an issue, and in intuition we call it targeting. What is the question you're answering? What is the goal you need information and you need to pull in action to achieve? Really targeting that. And the more you are able to target clearly, the more effective you are. And that does mean not taking on your whole history when you're working with someone, or something, but taking, just allowing the pieces of information that serve in this moment to come to your attention so that you can work with them. I've been with my husband for almost 10 years. The relationship we had 10 years ago or 9.5 years ago is not the relationship we have now. It's a different relationship. Relationships are dynamic, and once again, we get stuck in a pattern. So let's take a moment to be aware of our patterns. Don't close your eyes, don't relax, but take a moment and when I ask a question, the difference between asking an intellectual question and an intuitive question is I want you to notice what comes to you, not look for it. It is allowing it to come into your attention as opposed to searching for it. As a matter of fact, you can even forget the question and just notice what comes to you, and that is just as effective. So I want your attention to experience what is it in your childhood, and you may actually just have a memory come to you. What was it that your caretakers found lovable and valuable about you? It might not be what you think it is. Allow it to come to you, even if it doesn't make sense. And I want you to write it down. And the more quickly you write, the more likely it is to be intuitive, because creativity is a long, complex process. Intuition is just right there. So allow an experience to come to you of what your caretakers, your parents, if you had parents, or your guardians, what your caretakers found lovable or valuable about you as a child, and write that down. And you may even find that in order to find the things they found valuable, you notice different parts of your life, different parts of your childhood or young adulthood may come to you, but especially your childhood. If you had siblings, which one were you? I was the responsible one. If you had siblings, which one were you? And once again, don't think it. Allow the awareness to come to you. It may not be what you thought. It takes a bit of patience. And in your peer group, what was attractive and valuable about you? What gave you standing in your peer group? What made you accepted? and allow to come to your awareness what gave you pleasure as a child. Where did you find pleasure and excitement and comfort? And once again, don't think and remember, allow it to come to you through your senses. It may not even be a memory, maybe a sense. And now we will use intellect for a moment, as well as intuition. I want you to look at what you've written down. Are those the things that you want to offer in relationship now? Because a lot of the time, when we are not in a relationship that's working for us, or not in a relationship we want to be in, it's because we've fallen into a pattern of what was lovable. So our patterned response of being useful or lovable to other. And we often attract people from that same place, what other people felt was valuable and what was rewarded about us. Those of you who are not finding love in your life, it's often because who you have to be, what you have to give up to be in the relationship that you want to be in, subconsciously somewhere, you don't want to have to be that person. So it is really helpful, especially when you are committed to transforming, when your focus is transforming your love life, to notice who you are being, what you are offering, and really ask yourself, is this what I want to be offering? And go back to what gave me pleasure and what gives me pleasure now. And see if there's a way to offer pleasure in a way that pleasures yourself and also pleasures others. Once again, those of you who don't have relationships, when you do that in all of your interactions, you really set a template for that partner to come in. You know, we often protect ourselves through distance. I mean, I've been teaching for over 40 years now, and I've seen tens of thousands of people, and there are, beautiful, successful, really lonely people who can't find someone, and there are people who are just, miserable, disreputable, who find these wonderful relationships. It really has less to do with who they are than how they are experiencing, projecting, and using themselves. There is a lid for every kettle.